we got a lot of work to do. Um, learn a lot. Um, Transitioning from the pros to college, some practice changes, uh, things that we can hopefully do differently to help the guys a little bit more. Know that we have a decent level of talent, but we got to get much better to really compete consistently in conference. Uh, got to get bigger and longer. But for all our returning guys, we got to get them better individually. Um, and as a staff, we got to continue to look at things that we can add and that we can get better at to make sure that we're putting them in the best position to be successful. So totally, from me down to the last guy, find ways that we all can get a little better going into next year.
Would you consider the season a disappointing, coach?
Uh, no. Uh, um, I feel for a guy like Justin who's had a lot of setbacks because of injury. DeAndre had injuries all year. Those two guys felt we played some good basketball. Didn't do enough to win. I knew Conference USA was a tough conference. We basically came back with the same personnel minus Pablo, who's the leading scorer last year in Conference USA. Um, and so, and had major injuries. So, nah, didn't. I thought we grew. Thought we got a grasp of what we need to do and how we're going to do it going forward. Uh, am I? Um, I'm not happy with the wins and losses at the end of the day because still can't sleep when you don't win. But I understood that this was going to be uh, a long project, and the work just beginning. So, as I told the guys, the game's ended today. We got practice Monday. So this is just stages of the journey that we knew when we took this job that we were going to have to do. But we're going to be a good basketball team, and was really looking for that win tonight because this would have made us. I think we ended up being 7-3 in games in which we didn't have school. And so what that tells me as we looking at it, you're always trying to figure out something, is that we got to find a way when we're in school to make sure we get the same amount of preparation and rest to be able to compete at a high level. A lot of that is going to be how hard they work this spring and summer to get their bodies to the point where you at a conditioning level and strength level to where you can practice the way we need to practice and prepare and then get good rest.
How do you feel like your recruiting class so far helps you get longer and bigger in a way?
Well, we got some bigger guys. We got two guys here right now that at the 1 and 5 that makes us bigger with Adonis and Ronald. Adonis is a bigger guard, and he's physical. Nick Rutherford is a physical guard. That helps us on the perimeter be a more physical team. Gentile Sealer, local kid from Lake Worth, is 6'6", 6'7", small forward. So good athlete, good scorer. Then we have two bigs as of right now that have already been accepted in school and got all their stuff locked in Jess Hill and Connor Short, 6'7" and 6'8", that are athletic and big and skilled. So you add that to the two guys that we have sitting out, bring it back with the nucleus that returns, and we automatically give ourselves a chance to be much better.
Can you talk a little bit about the game, coach? The free throw disparity specifically and the points off the turnovers tonight.
Yeah, it was 11-0 in the first half. I thought we were being aggressive, but uh, I thought they played with more aggression to start, and I thought that they knew that that's what they have to do. And it's sort of been the trend. We talked about that when you go back and look at over the last 4 years, this group against them, going all the way back to the Sun Belt. This team is physically sort of imposed their will on them, and um, as I told them at the half, if we don't impose our will on them, then you're looking at starting the season off 0-2 technically, because you got to play them 2 times next year. And this team feels that they can be more physical than us. UAB felt the same way, but we battled, and you know that's one of the things that we're trying to figure out. How do we get bigger and stronger? We know adding talent, but with some of the guys that are here for the last 4 Saturday games at home, uh, and even the 2 on the road, the second half of the second game, we didn't have anything. And so, no, I was saying, you go back and look at those games, and starting from San Antonio to who we played, Rice after North Texas, and then we played Marshall, and tonight, and all of them at the end of the first half of the second game, we were okay, and we just didn't have enough, and so we got to find a way to be better in those situations.
What advice did you give to the seniors tonight?
No, we had dinner last night with the seniors and their families, and just wanted to thank them. Change is always tough, but especially for your senior year. Wanted to thank them for uh, allowing us to coach them and giving us what they had. Throughout their 4-year career, we may not have gotten the wins that they may have wanted, or maybe the university or the athletic program may have wanted. But I think those guys represent the university well, both on and off the court, and the fact that they're all graduating in May, ultimately what we're here to do, they're walking away with those degrees. And so hopefully from those life experiences, good or bad, sometimes you learn the most by bad experiences that you go through. Those things that help you be successful in life. And so for me, basketball has always been a means to do a lot of other things in life. And I've always used basketball as a vehicle to get to everywhere I want to go. And I'm hopefully that they continue to do that. But the most important thing is if they come out of this experience being better men, better prepared to handle the real world and life as an adult, then I'm happy.
And can you also talk about the struggle that you guys had guarding Upshaw tonight?
He was really good tonight. I'm still waiting for him to shoot a jumper. And so, we've told him that. But, sometimes it's easier said than done when a guy has quickness on a guy. And some of our bigs he had quickness on. And the guards that could cut him off, he spent every time and kind of jumped up and shot over him. It was one of those cases where I think he saw that ball go through the hole early or with some easy lays. And, talked to him at the half. They had shot 43% in the first half and had 14 points on second chance opportunities. That's once again that rebounding, and it wasn't our bigs, our guards tonight. They physically imposed their will on our guards, and our guards threw the ball all over the court because they made it tough on them. And when we got into them, we made it tough on them as well. We just wasn't able to sustain it like we need to, and those are things that we'll look to try to address to be better at as we grow going forward.
Did you guys try to force him to take jump shots tonight?
Yeah, that was the plan. We went under all pick and rolls tonight, except with Potts. And he was the one guy we wanted to go over the pick and rolls. But you got to understand, going under pick and rolls, you're probably going to get hit more. And so the physicality of the game sometimes get the best of you. So in order for it not to, you got to be the most physical, and that's a big area of concern of ours, and a big area that we want to address going into the off season.
What do you expect from Jackson Trapp next year? Do you think next year's team will be his team?
Yeah, I think Jackson will be another one of the members. I don't know whose team. I want to be FAU. I want to be a team that got a lot of interchangeable parts that pull for each other and help each other. That's deep. We definitely know we got to get deeper. And when I say deep, just deeper with guys that can go in and have an advantage night in and night out. I think Jackson had to play so many minutes this year. I think we wore him down, so he wasn't as consistent at the end of the year. But look, he plays his tail off Thursday night and just wears his body all the way down. And then tonight he just didn't have, physically he didn't have as much. But Jack, for me, is about what this program should be about. Does everything he's supposed to do off the court, classroom, works hard every day, play through injuries, tough, play for his teammates. That's what we want to be the norm.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you all.